Welcome everybody for another podcast of Freedom News, and today we're going to talk about the first coming of Christ, what he's for, and how did he bruise the serpent heads that's mentioned in Genesis book, right? So me and Alan here today again. Thanks Alan for coming, and let's go into the subject and make this picture clearer for the viewers.
Yes, thank you, Ali. So we're trying, the whole purpose of these videos is to bring us to this particular event, which is the new covenant that Jesus, he came to make a new covenant for all mankind. So just the background, because of what happened in the garden with the serpent and Adam and Eve, they took the fruit, and when they did that, they actually lost fellowship, what they had as sons, as children of God. They already had it. They didn't need a law or nothing like that. So they had the ultimate relationship with God, that God himself would come into the garden and come and spend time with them, you know, before he go back to doing his heavenly stuff, whatever he's doing. But he'd come and visit them, talk to them in the cool of the evening. How's it going, guys? You know, there was a loving and joyful fellowship that they both had with the Lord when they were in this garden. So that was all ruined once they took that fruit. They're cut off from the source of their holiness, the source of their righteousness, where they didn't have to think about what the right thing was to do. It was natural for them to be in accord with God. That's why he could come and have fellowship with them. They weren't tainted with sin. But the moment they took that fruit and basically to become as God, that's what they tried to do. They believed the serpent. They lost that relationship with God, and now God is in the position where he has to carry out the penalty for eating the fruit, which is death.
That's right.
He has to, because he's God, and Adam and Eve have violated the commandment that has unleashed the force of death on them, right? So, and we understand that the first awareness of things have gone wrong is that they realize they were naked. They try and cover themselves up. As you point out in that video, it's in vain trying to cover yourself with vegetation. It doesn't last long. And it's kind of a picture of our own efforts to be righteous before God. It's all in vain. It's like covering our nakedness like Adam and Eve did.
Yeah.
It's futile. And so our righteousness cannot restore the relationship with God. But what God has said is that he's going to restore that relationship with us. So from that moment, all of mankind, so from the time of the garden until now, until the end of this present world, all of humanity, or at least to the second coming, or to the end of this present world, we'll say to the end of the millennium, and the final judgment, all of humanity is actually destined to perdition in the lake of fire. So death works these two ways. First, it kills us physically, and then death, using the grave, the power of the grave, takes custody of the souls of man. And the power to do that is sin. That's its authority to kill us is Adam's sin, to physically kill us. Sickness, disease, all those things are the weapons death uses to kill us, right? But death cannot kill our soul. It has authority and power to seize our soul and hold our soul in the grave, which is described biblically as a waterless pit. It's called a waterless pit. You know, you in that place you're suffering because, you know, your soul is still feels thirsty and things like that. Maybe for the things of life, you know, you've lost all connection with life because you've lost your body. It's dead. And so, but you're still alive and you're in this pit of darkness. Well, the next step from that is the resurrection, and all the souls of man have to give account to God what they've done with the body they were given and the time they were given in the world. And the soul that has sinned shall die. The soul that sins, God said, shall go into the perdition. So because of Adam, we have Adam's blood flowing through our veins. That's why we die physically. But our own sin condemns us to the lake of fire.
That's right.
So all of humanity are basically on the broad and easy road that's going to perdition, and you don't even know it. Most people don't understand that they have I think what most people have this a knowledge that there is a judgment, whether they believe in it or not, because here in Australia there's a lot of atheists here. They believe Darwinism, so they don't believe in heaven and hell or a judgment. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. You're going to face the reality of it once you're dead and in the grave.
Yeah.
But all of humanity, so if we put a population on it that from the Garden of Eden till the end of the world, that's 50 billion people, say, that came into existence since Adam. The entire 50 billion are heading to perdition. But what God did, God so loved this 50 billion that he intended to create to be a family for him and his son. See, the angels are just servants. They're not his family in the sense the son is his family. The Son of God is uniquely God's only son. Well, that's where we came in. He created us to be his son's family, to be that God would be Father over Christ, his son, and over all his brethren.
He wants us to be the family.
The family for his son, company for his son. The angels are still servants for his household. But Christ is the head over this household. So that's God's purpose and plan, creating this world. He created the garden to set it up in such a way that to test and to prove us for eternity. And it's all based on whether it's a word-based relationship with God. He gave Adam and Eve his word, don't touch the fruit of that tree or you shall surely die.
The first commandment that we failed.
That's what the serpent came and attacked. To destroy the relationship, this faith-based relationship with God is in his word. And that's also what he's always attacks, is the word of God, which we're going to do a video on.
Yeah, we'll do one.
And another one, why it's reliable. So that's Satan. He's always attacking the word. He attacked it with Adam. He's doing it with this generation. Oh, you don't believe in Genesis as literal because you believe the serpent's lie, because it's man, who says, oh no, the earth is old. How can you believe the Bible because it says it's only 6,000 years old? Look at the galaxies, billions of light years in expanse. And so they go by their natural eyes, their natural mind, and it looks like it must be old.
Yeah.
Right? But it's like Adam. In the garden, he was told by God, don't touch that, you die. The serpent comes, tricks Eve into taking the fruit. She doesn't die. Right? That's how the serpent tricked Adam, because the serpent knew it's Adam that has to eat the fruit for death to be invoked.
Yeah.
See, he knew the woman wouldn't trigger she alone would not trigger death.
Because she made of man.
Yeah, it's Adam. The command came to Adam, not to her.
Yeah, because he was first created.
He's the one. If you, Adam, if you eat that fruit. So naturally, he's thinking it applies to you too, wifey, Don't touch that fruit. If you do, we'll die. So that was Adam's, he presumed that if she ate it, they'd both die too. And that's what the serpent used to trick Adam.
Yeah,
used her.
the woman.
See? God is just having you on. Oh no, that's not what will happen. You won't die. And Adam bought it because he's seen his wife, the evidence of his eyes. She didn't die. It's the same as you. you don't believe God created the world in 6 days out of nothing, and it's in 6,000 years ago, because you're going by the evidence of your eyes. You think it's only old, that it's old.
Yeah.
But what you don't know, understand at age, is that when God made Adam and Eve, he made them fully mature. And it's the same. He didn't make babies, he didn't nurse them, you
Yeah.
know. He made them fully mature human beings. And so Adam, when he was created, he may have looked 20 years old. He might have had the maturity of a 20-year-old. Fit, young, you know, healthy, roaring to go. But he was only a moment old. That's the thing, and that's how God's made the universe. It has the appearance of something very old because he made it fully mature.
Yeah.
He made it fully complete. But it's only a moment old. You see?
Yeah.
We get it,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So that's the brilliance. So that's how Satan deceives. He attacks. He applies to our natural understanding. So what God has put us in this situation purposely
Yeah.
to produce faith in us,
Yeah.
that we wouldn't go by the appearance of things around
Yeah.
us.
He used
but-
what's appearing to us like very logical.
Yeah, like it's contradicting
Yeah.
what God says. And what God wants us to learn is that he never lies.
Yeah.
He wants us to understand that. And who he calls righteous are those who trust in his word,
Yeah.
right? Believe him and then they obey him. So what happened with Adam and Eve? They doubted God and they disobeyed him. So they lost everything. Well, the real perpetrator here is the serpent. You know, people blame, oh, I can't believe in a loving God because look at all the sickness, look at all the cancer, poor babies starving in
Yeah.
Africa, all this. That's man-made.
Yeah.
God made the world good. It's us that made this a living hell. We're to blame. How dare you point at God and say, well, I'm not going to believe in you, a loving God who allows sickness and evil to happen in the world. Do you
Yeah.
not know that if God stopped the evil, that's the end of us?
It's us. We are the root of the
It's
problem.
the end. So he's allowing evil to continue to save us
Yeah.
from the evil. That's his wisdom and his kindness. So you have an audacity to blame the evil we caused as an excuse to not trust and believe and fear the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, what audacity you have. But you don't have you're so arrogant. People are so arrogant in their,
Yeah.
because they're looking at the natural and they believe the lie. It must be old, therefore I'm not believing what God says.
Yeah.
And you don't understand. All right, so that's the reason that God said this woman's seed will bruise the head of the serpent.
Yeah.
Because this death was invoked, we're all taken into captivity of the grave, right, until the judgment, and then we'll all be cast into perdition, into the hellfire. That's what the serpent came to, that's what the serpent invoked through Adam and Eve, but this is what the seed of the woman was given this mission. It's Christ, the Son of God, God's Son, given this mission to come and bruise the head of the serpent.
Yeah.
How did he do it? That's what we'll touch on briefly now.